Well, here we are. We find ourselves at guitar number 35. So, that is the IYV ISSY 200NA for natural. So, this was purchased August 2022, and I wasn't so thrilled on the guitar because, you know, the shape and everything. The headstock was not in my traditional world of strats, even though they called it a strat, kind of a strat on the advertisement on Amazon. And then I came to find out that it was really more of an Ibanez looking type. So when I bought it, it came with black pickups. Like let's look at this picture. So the upper picture is the ISSY, and it came with black pickups. It looks like that, and these days they're showing it with tiger stripes on it, is what I see. But mine doesn't have any tiger stripes. It's a nice cap. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, and you can see here, you know, where it's beveled away. It's kind of like a flamed. It looks maple, even though they said the wood on this is sycamore, and this is maple, and I'm not sure what that is in there, but you know, I don't know if they know what they're talking about. I don't really know what sycamore looks like, because this is the only guitar I have that says it's sycamore. It's a pretty good weight. I'm going to weigh it, put it on the screen, because I forgot to do it before I started. It's been you know, a little over a year. Yeah, it's a year and August. I don't know when in August I bought. Must have been August the 17th, because the return closed on October. So it must have been around August 17th. Today's October 27th. So, you know, a year and a month. And so it came, you know, kind of like this. This was really pretty. I'm kind of happy that it came like this, and not with those stripes the way I see it on my screen and the computer, and what I'm showing you, you know, up on the screen there. And then just today, as I was looking for pictures of this thing as it came, and of course, if you watched my first video in the series on this thing, you would have seen that this came like this. And I can't remember if, I don't think I took any original pictures, but right now the only pictures you can find is in that version, both on the American and the Canadian Amazon sites. So when I bought this, I paid the $389 Canadian, and now it's $480 Canadian. So almost $100 jump in 13 months. It's $254.22 in the States, and as I was looking for it, this Ibanez with the nice burl front on it popped up, and I'm looking at that and I'm going, damn, that shape looks pretty much almost like this IYV. And now that I put them side by side on the picture, they line up pretty good. The bottom horn on the Ibanez is a little thinner, but they're pretty close. And even where the pots are, where the switch is, there's a Floyd Rose on the Ibanez, but the shape style, you know, the neck through has a neck through, but the only thing that's really different between the two is where the little curve is here. They're inverted between the IYV and the Ibanez, but everything else, the headstock shapes, the whole thing is exactly the same. And I was playing with this week, and I was thinking, geez, this has an Ibanez-y type of neck, you know, the thin C type. And then, okay, let's flip to the second one and look at the back. So here's the back, and you see the curves of the neck. The five-piece style design here is very similar on the Ibanez. The Ibanez has an extra little pocket there in the bottom. I'm not sure what's in there because if you flip the front, there's nothing on it. So it comes with zebra pickups, not zebra pickups. It comes with cream both sides, and they don't look like active pickups, right? Active pickups usually come like in a closed box. And I'm thinking, would there be a battery in there? Don't really know what's in it, but look at the price. The price is like $1,400 and well, $1,500 in the States, and $2,100 in Canada at the moment. So it's quite a pricey guitar, and this one is really close with the shape and all that for quite a bit less, And I don't think even if I had that Ibanez, would I be any happier with that than I am with this. It's got the same belly curve on there. It's got the same overarm curve on the front. I don't know. I really think this one is prettier in a way. Although the burl on the front of that is pretty good. But yeah, there she goes. I like that. I mean, this is beautiful in there. This is just like, man, nice curves. So after the 5-part series that I had, mine ended up looking like this, of course, with the extra volume control. So I put in 2 push-pull volumes. I'll put in a 4-way blade switch. And I thought that somehow that would make it better. And it does in a way. But mostly, I mean, that's bridge. That's normal middle position on a 3-way switch. Now, which is in parallel, the two. That's now in series. They go through each other. And then it's normal 3rd position, which is just the neck only. So these GFS pickups that I have in here, they were bought off of the GFS website quite some time ago. I had put them for a while in my original Gibson, guitar number 1, electric guitar. I'm not sure what it was on the series, probably number 2. Number 2. And I took them out because I didn't like them. I thought they were too dark at the time. And for me at the time, they were too dark. And so I threw them in a box. And after testing all the pickups, all the ones that I had for this guitar, I ended up throwing these in after testing, about 5 different sets. And I'm happy with them in this guitar. They're kind of sweet. My ear has matured a little bit since I originally bought those. Man, I was here, so it was probably somewhere between 2013 and 2015 that I had those pickups. I can't remember what they measure either. I'll also have to do that and throw it up on the screen, and it'll come up right about now, because by the time you're seeing this, I will have done it in the post-production video editing of this to find out what they are. I didn't like the original black pickups, CNC Destiny, well, that came in this thing. I found them sounding a little brashish. They were dark and sounding a little brashish. These ones were also a little dark, but for some reason they sounded a bit smoother to my ear. Now, I kept the black ones that were in here originally because they're CNC Destinies off an IYV guitar. There may become an opportunity for them somewhere. I don't know. But I'm hedging my bet. Okay. So this has the Wilkinson WV, the Wilkinson WVS or WVS50S or something like that pickup. And I did set it up so that I can go backwards a tiny little bit. So it's not exactly flat. Oop, it's not exactly flat or parallel to the deck. I set it up so that it's a little bit up. So if you want it to wind back on the bar a little bit, you can. And I think there's a bumper underneath the back so that if you do hit the body, you're not actually hitting it with the metal. There's a small felt bumper underneath there. So this one, the gorgeousness of it was what really ended up drawing it to me with this neck through body. This was the first neck through body that I bought, and I don't know if I have another neck through body since. I can't recall one. It's like, yeah, I can't recall one. The West Creek racer that I bought recently has this kind of a curve to it, but I think it's a set neck into the body that they've shaved this way because it's an SG style. And it's got the racing stripe down here that looks like that, so it's the one that looks closest to this with this curve. It's also a very nice guitar, but that won't come up for quite some time. So this one I'm very, very happy with. And the combinations I can get with the push-pulls here, the blending in those two positions is good. The third position is really, unless you're going to play something that's really, really heavy stuff, which I don't, for me, it's really useful depending on where I put one pickup or the other with one split, or both of them split. I can use them both up because now I've got two single coils in series, and here one humbucker and one single coil, and if the humbucker is too much, I can dial it back, either one or the other, so you can get some decent sounds from it. So now that we've gone through all of that, let's make some sound. Okay, so let's put the compressor on right after this. My settings. Vintage overdrive next. Here we go. US Dream distortion. Before. After. So it can drive those pedals, and those pedals can make a lot, and I mean, I don't use the level on the compressor is just past, it's at 1 o'clock. The volume on the Vintage is 12. The volume on the Drive US Dream is 12. The distortion is 9 on the distortion US Dream, 9 on the Joyo Overdrive, and the tone is almost fully clockwise at 5 o'clock on both of them. It's just backed off between like where 4 and 5 o'clock would be, because I find that when I put them right over, it gets really brash, more than what the guitar really should be like. And the tone on the compressor is relatively the same. The Ewer or Joyo style of what is it, 10-band equalizer is completely off, not using it as just straight pass-through. So those are the only 3 pedals that are on my board that I'm using. Now, I found fuzz lately, So let's try that. I got settings on the fuzz. I don't know, my fuzz might be set too high. Nope, doesn't look like it. That's where I normally keep it. All right, so we're just going to go with the compressor, no fuzz, and hit this track and see if we can play a few notes for you in different positions. there's a lot more tones I can get out of it, but as you can see, it does a good job. And that was just a compressor. With the Vintage Overdrive and the Joyo US Dream and other things I can do with it, it's a really nice guitar now. It didn't have fret markers. Another thing I didn't mention, which on the front, it only had the little dots up here on the side. But I like something on the front, so I bought these lightning bolt stickers off AliExpress and put them on myself, just to have the same feel as the rest of my guitars. The locking tuners on there are the upgrade as well. And besides that, the bone nut, I can't remember if I changed that or not. I'm not sure. And I put in the 2 new pots here and wired them per se. Kept the tone pot and the 4-way blade switch. So turned out to be my cup of tea in the end. After I started buying these other weird guitars that weren't standard Fender or standard Les Paul, which even I wasn't really interested in Les Pauls at one point, especially after my chips, and it kind of turned me off. I kind of stuck to a few Strats and the Telecasters that I built, which are up against the wall over here, the three Tellies, and I played them for the longest time before I decided that yeah, maybe I'm gonna take a look at some other guitars. And it's all blamed on, you know, Leo Ryan in Texas, and because he kept telling me about, oh, he bought this guitar, he bought that guitar, he bought this guitar, he bought that guitar, and him and Dan kept reviewing all kinds of different styles of guitars, and they take them out of the box, they play them, and they never see the light of day again. Somebody, you know, gets them, and he gives them away, he sells them, so, and they never get worked on or set up or anything. They just take them out of the box, play them as is, and that's it. A few he's kept that he's done some work on, you know, set truss rods and bridges and stuff, but very, very little of that stuff. So in order to buy a guitar, I mean, this one was on the pricey range at the time. It's in the upper pricey part of the range now at $480. 500 and below is what I consider to be budget range, although I think I paid up to $700 for an ERT. Was it an ERT? Anything, something cost me about $700. One of my ERTs I got for a good deal, but maybe it was the Zooey, I don't know. But I know that one of them was over 500, maybe a couple of them were over 500. But I mean, look at this guitar at the time for, you know, $380 something, I said. Wow, I mean, this is something. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my series. Hope you enjoy some of the stories I'm telling about these guitars and me. And I appreciate all your support, and I'm going to catch you all in the next one. See ya.